What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. I originally wasn't gonna do this video about this whole Charles Barkley controversy. For those that don't know, Charles Barkley basically went out and he was talking about some of the things that me and other YouTubers that are a little bit more prominent, black YouTubers that are a little bit more prominent, have been mentioning about brainwashed ass black people. And hold on a minute, let me set this up here. And he's been catching a lot of shit from black people as usual. When you tell the truth about shit, about black culture, black people will come out and call you all types of sellouts and all types of coons and shit. And before I go into this, I want to shout out a few people. I gotta shout out my man Ghost Dog 100 once again, because I wasn't gonna do this video because a few people already have covered this, but my man Ghost Dog, he commented to me and says, yo, you gotta, I want to hear your opinion on this, you gotta do a video. So I was like, you know what, let me fucking do this shit. I want to shout out my man David Carroll once again. I learned so much from you, brother, and you speak to me, aka 5723 Michael. Some of y'all might know him as that. And this video is actually sort of in response to another YouTuber that I watch his videos. I like his videos a lot, but I kind of have to disagree with him on this one, on his thoughts on this one. And I mentioned him before. His name is Robert Perkins, aka that nigga with the nigga with tattoos, aka the Revolutionary with Tattoos, which he's known as now. And y'all know exactly what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna fucking say it anyway. I agree with Charles Barkley 150%. I believe he was spot on with his assessment on Negroes nowadays, the modern day Negro. They wanna play this crabs in a barrel role. They wanna stick to that. Nobody's allowed to think outside the box if you're black. If you're black, you're expected to think a certain way, and that way is the way of other black people, the majority of black people. And I've already covered this several times. Y'all know how I feel about this shit. I totally agree with Charles Barkley, but let me go at the Revolutionary with Tattoos for a minute, because, you know, this isn't meant to be disrespectful, by the way. I just don't agree with him. I like a lot of his videos, but this one I just have to disagree with. He basically went out and called Charles Barkley a coon, which now is becoming a term that I totally don't agree with. I used to use it myself. I would put it out there in the universe and shit, but now I'm not gonna do that, because I notice a lot of black people like to use that term to relegate somebody, or yeah, mostly a person, because you can only call a person a coon. They'll relegate them basically because they don't agree with what they're saying. And Robert kind of went in on this dude, and he stated the root cause is one of how Charles Barkley began his statement. And Charles Barkley was saying, well, when I talk to my white friends, I tell them black people hold each other back and this and that. I'm paraphrasing, but basically this is what he said. And not only did Robert say this, but other people in the comment section concurred. Even though a lot of people were saying, nah, Robert, they were like, nah, I disagree with you on this, which I was surprised to see. But there were people that were concurring with that, with just that point that he said, well, when I talk to my white friends. And then you hung on to that, Robert, and so did those people that were commenting on the section. And my response to that is, well, what situation, do you know the circumstances when he was around his white friends? Because I know what a lot of y'all are thinking. Oh, he has nothing but white friends. He's a sellout. That's how you want to justify calling this man a sellout or a coon or whatever the case may be. No, you don't know the circumstances of what he's talking about when he says, yeah, when I'm around my white friends, this is what I say. You know, you don't know if they witnessed something or he witnessed something or they were out together and they all together witnessed something, and that's what prompted him to say that. And it's true. He didn't say nothing wrong. He didn't say nothing fucking wrong. He said, he basically was talking about how when a black man is successful, other black people try to hold that person back, try to say this and that. They were referring to something that went on with this Seahawks Seattle Seahawks player or whatever, that his teammates were saying he wasn't black enough. And this happens on an everyday basis. Robert was pointing out that it has nothing to do with academics. If you're studious and you hand in your homework on time, Robert was using himself as a example, saying, well, I used to do that, and niggas used to come over and copy off of my shit. They never said I was white. That don't happen. No, Robert, that does happen. Let me tell you something. And it's not just a hood thing either. It's just black people in general, because I used to live in New York City until my parents, early in my life, they moved me out here into Jersey, into the burbs. And black people have this mentality that you have to be a certain fucking way. I'll give you an example. Some of y'all that are subscribed to me already know this shit. When I was growing up, I used to be into hip hop. I mean, I still am into hip hop, but back then, that's when I love music in general. Those subscribed to me already know that how much I value music. I love metal, punk rock, and hardcore. And because I love those things, I was considered white. Because I hung out with skateboarders, I was white. That's what people were saying. That's what black people were saying to me. Well, I mean, it wasn't strictly just black people, but majority of black people were saying this. Other ignorant white people were saying this too. But the reason that I'm honing in on black people, and the reason that Charles Barkley is saying this about black people, is because a lot of y'all like to run around with this whole, oh, the white man is the enemy, the white man is the enemy. But black people are the ones saying this shit. Black people are the ones saying, oh, you should only sit inside this box and you can't venture out anywhere. Even though, which I've mentioned before, blacks created rock and roll. So I'm only listening to music that our people created, that other people are paying homage to in a sense. But just because I'm listening to that, that makes me white. I don't have any melanin in my skin, you know? And back to the academic thing, yeah, black people do not value education. And by the way, when I'm saying black people, just assume that I mean most, because I don't want none of y'all coming here and say, oh, you're talking about everybody. No, I'm not. Let's get that out of the way. But a lot of blacks do not value education. They do not. I remember there were certain people, certain black people that were very studious around my way, that spoke proper and all this, and oh, you were white. Oh, you're Carlton Banks. You're this and that. I mean, come on. This is what black people say. And Rob, it just completely surprises me that you don't see it, that you said, well, no, people don't say that based on academics. Yes, they do. And it kills me, because black people, Negroes, created arts, sciences, all this. We were so educated. This is where we came from back in Africa, even all the way up until the civil rights movement. We were inventors, scientists, innovators, and nobody was calling nobody that back then. Nowadays, that happens. You can't be this blind, Robert. I'm sorry. You can't. People, there are a lot of Negroes that run around saying this shit. Tons of Negroes run around saying that shit based on fucking academics. They will do this. Charles Barkley was right again. How, you know, it's like you have to have been gone to jail for you to be somewhat edified, or for you to have some type of street cred. This is true shit. This is true shit. This is what a lot of Negroes glorify nowadays. You can't fucking avoid this. This is just the way life is now. And a lot of you Negroes, a lot of you niggas like to sit back and accept it for what it is. And then when a motherfucker tries to break outside the box and make a future for himself and say, you know what, I don't want to live in the hood anymore. I want to go get a house out in the burbs. I want to go live somewhere with tranquility and peace. You say, oh, well, you're being white. You know, again, I got to refer to a song by Ice-T called Killing Fields. Listen to that song and listen to the little skit in that song, and then that'll describe this whole situation to you. It's on his album called Original Gangster, the OG album. Check it out. Shout out to Ice-T, by the way. But this is how black people, majority of black people, think. And then another thing, Rob, that you said was black people don't have the power to hold anybody back, which is another thing that a lot of black people like to run around saying, oh, well, we can't be racist because we don't have the power to be racist. Racism is a viewpoint. That's number one. That's something that a lot of you niggas gotta understand. Racism is a fucking viewpoint. That's number one, but that's a whole totally different video. That just correlates with what I'm saying, because people like to use that too. Well, we don't have the power to. Let me tell you something. Words are very powerful. You can make or break somebody with your words. Now, based upon how all these motherfuckers claim they're pro-black, oh, and we should uplift each other and we should do this and that. Black people are doing the exact opposite. When somebody sits there and says, you know what, I'm gonna go buy a place outside the hood. You know what, I can't live here in dilapidated housing with niggas shooting each other up. I wanna go move over there where I got peace of mind. No, you're white. I want to go out. I want to hand in my homework. I want to get good grades. No, you're white. I speak with proper etiquette and grammar. Nah, you're white. Nah, Negro, you're white. This is what black people say. Majority, I'm becoming a broken record. This is what happens. Black people, and you say, well, you can't hold anybody back. There's no power there. No, words are very fucking powerful, because some people might get turned off from shit. Some people might are sort of, I don't know. I know what y'all gonna say. Well, the person should have strong enough will to fight through that. No, what's the point of it? Why even say it at all? What's the point of the bullshit adversity? This is why I don't like talking to a lot of motherfuckers, because I don't like having meaningless conversation. If I can't pull something from what you're saying or whatever the fuck, I'm just not gonna talk. I'm very, very fucking mute. I just don't like to have meaningless conversation. I'm not gonna hold somebody back. That is a way of holding somebody back, because instead of you saying what you say you do, which is uplift. Oh, we should all uplift each other, which I think is bullshit, by the way, but practice what you fucking preach. Yeah, brother. Hey, listen. You want to go out there? You want to go get a place? You know what? I got you, brother. You know what? You're inspiring me too. Maybe I'll go get a job. Maybe I'll pull my fucking pants up and I'll go get a job, so that way I could get a place right next to you, so we could get out of this area. Maybe you'll inspire me to clean up the hood, so we could all have a nice fucking place, so that's peaceful and we can have fucking peace of mind. Nah, Negroes don't think like this. This is why I made those rallying Negroes videos. All you motherfuckers like to put your energies towards retarded ass shit that don't matter. Then when someone calls you on your shit, you sit here and act as if, oh man, no man, nah, you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say that. You're a sellout. You're a fucking coon. You know, I've been through this. I've said it over and over, time and time again. This is how black people think. Majority of black people today, this is the mindset, and it's sick. It's sick. We gotta get our shit together, and we gotta wake the fuck up. And I'm sick and tired of fucking saying it, and I'm sick of seeing it too, as well. I visualize it every fucking day. Then the same thing you niggas do is when this motherfucker gets out of the hood or gets out of this tight situation, and none of y'all were there to back this motherfucker up, you want to say, oh, well, he's not helping me out. He's not helping me out. Yeah, why should the person come and help you out? You weren't there when that motherfucker was grinding. No, you were the one trying to sit there and say, no, you're white. You're white. You wanted to ostracize the motherfucker. You wanted to act like the person wasn't part of us, you know, and now that this person made something, you want part of his whiteness, his or her whiteness, huh? I thought you didn't want to be white. See, this is the hypocrisy that is black people. It just is what it is. And whew, God, I just had to get that out there. Shout out to Ghost Dog 100. Shout out to David Carroll, aka 5723 Michael. Shout out to Aquasi 100. Gotta throw you in there. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor and the Revolutionary with Tattoos. This was kind of a response to the Revolutionary with Tattoos, response to Robert Perkins. Don't take it as no disrespect either. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I just disagree with you totally on this one. Like I said, I like most of your videos. I just disagree with you on this one totally. I think Charles Barkley was 100% fucking right. And that's all I gotta say. And by the way, anybody that comes here calling me a sellout or coon, I'm just gonna, first of all, I'm gonna respond to you. Then I'm just gonna delete and block your ass. That's it. That's the way I'm rolling in 2014, all right? Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate, most of all subscribe, right? Peace, bitches.